the one thing that I felt like I really got out of that experience, and again, it's like great to look back on it, but I never walked into a room in any of those three companies and thought it can't be done. I look at, my experience in tech there, and then I was at CNN before that, and I was sort of on a startup within CNN building out the airport channel. And but anyway, the one thing that I felt like I really got out of that experience, and again, it's like great to look back on it, but I never walked into a room in any of those three companies and thought it can't be done. Like I wasn't surrounded by people, and again, these were all builders that were like the same kind of mindset, where they were like, where somebody would have an idea and they'd be like, dude, you can't do that, right? And then when I came over to launching Hint, I tried to talk to as many people as possible who had worked in the beverage industry, because I said to myself, like, I don't know anything about beverage, so I better go, call so-and-so's friend who works at, the big soda companies or whatever, and try and learn. And I would hear it over and over again, like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you can't produce a product that has any type of shelf life without preservatives in it. Oh, you can't do this. And it was so foreign to me, because in the tech industry, it was like, who can we talk to? Like, who can we get in the room to actually help us solve this problem? And so it was a great launch pad for when I came to launch Hint, and I'd be dealing with our bottler, and he'd say, no, you need preservatives in your product. And I had an idea that I want to launch a product with real fruit and also no preservatives in it, and they would say, oh, that's impossible. And I kept saying, why?
Yeah.
And because that's what I learned.
Asking why.
Keep asking why.
And that impossible. Ugh, right? That just makes me like cringe.
Yeah. And frankly, like, I think it was very, very depressing to me for the first year, because I'm like, I don't know if I want to go into CPG, because everybody's like telling me no. And maybe they know because they've been in the industry for so long.
What does that stand for? CPG?
CPG. Consumer packaged goods. So I kept thinking that, maybe I don't want to be in this industry. And then I thought, well, I think differently. And so maybe I'm the one that actually needs to go and launch this company around differently and do things differently too. And so I really believe that a lot of the culture and the ethos and lots of things that are super important to any startup. You have to have a great product or service, but I also think like bringing in people who think, that in thinking not like you do necessarily, but think with a can-do attitude and just go do it sort of mentality is very, very important.